disaster as ISWAP launch dangerous attack, destroy UN facilities. The militants from the Islamic State-backed faction of Boko people, the Islamic State West African Province ISWAP, have attacked Gunjabi in Yobe State. According to ISWAP statement, 4 policemen were killed during the attack on the community, which is 30 kilometers from Damaturu, the state capital. The group mocked the Nigerian army, claiming soldiers refused to leave their military base to defend the town while they operated for many hours. The insurgents also burned some United Nations facilities, houses, and cars in the community. They will always come after you. They will always come after you. See, the earlier the UN intervened over the issue of this Boko people issue, because I know that Nigerians have been lamenting, they have been writing, they have been presenting, they have been pleading for UN intervention, for European Union intervention, yet to this very day, nothing has been done. Okay, look at now. In the process of attacking Yobe, UN is now affected. United Nations facilities now affected. That is to let you know the length at which these people can operate. To let you know the length at which they can operate. They don't have any fear at all. They go after anything goable. They strike anything strikeable. That is what they are trying to let you know. That they are not even afraid. That they can go as far as destroying facilities belonging to international communities. So if these people can go this far, what is now causing the delay of the UN government? What is now causing the delay of the European Union, the ICC? Look at the issue of the NSAS protest. Those that were brutalized, massacred by the Nigerian army. The petitions the people have written to the ICC to this very day, the petition is still lying on the table. Nothing has been done about it. And if you decide to carry out a very strong investigation about this, you will see that there is a very strong Nigerian man in that ICC that is still causing the delay of the final results of that report or petition. I still wonder why? Why, and why? What is the reason? Why has Nigerian government chosen this path of life or this way of life? Why? What has the people really done to deserve this wicked act from a Nigerian government? Why? These Boko people are people that we're supposed to have closed their chapter, but because of the evil in Nigeria and the wicked act of many of our leaders who have been engineering, sponsoring, motivating these criminals from underground, that is why these criminals are still very much functioning. They have their connections everywhere. They even have their connection down to the UN there. You'll be surprised that one of them is even in UN. It's even with the UN. You'll be surprised. You just take your investigations. You will know what I'm talking about. To let you know how dangerously connected these people are. To let you know how dangerously connected they are. They're not people that you can joke with or overlook. See as far as, look at the length at which they have to move. Look at the length. So I think UN need to rise and do something concerning this issue of ISWAPs. I'm telling you, be it ISWAP, be it Boko people faction, Let them all be wiped off. Let them all become an history. Let them all become an history. Because if they are not history, I tell you, the attack will persist. The attack will persist. There can never be a change. I'm telling you, we are not seeing any change at all. We are not. These people keep striking. They keep striking. They persist in the attack. And we keep folding our hands, watching. For what? And why? And we call ourselves the military. What have we been doing? What have we been doing? We have all it takes to close the existence of these people, yet we have not been able to do anything. Not been able to do anything. All we keep doing is throw threats unnecessarily. Unnecessary threats. Go to states where there is perfect peace and cause menace and mayhem. That's what we do. It's a waste of time. An absolute waste of time. Let us begin to start brainstorming and start thinking of the way forward. Because if nothing fast is done about this, you'll be surprised. This one that I've just done in Yobe, you see that they will still change location. Yeah, about this is what they did in Yobe, and in the process, UN facilities are affected. You now see the next one they are going to do. We are still giving these people the open door to strike. See, these people, yes, they exist, but they exist more in this administration. It is this administration that gave them the open door to operate fully. We gave them the open door. We gave them the room. We opened the door for them. We said, let them come in, that they are welcomed. And that is why we see what is happening. Yes, we welcome them. So what are we saying? We asked them to come, and that's why they have come. So what are we saying? So, my dear viewers, for how long are we going to continue like this? For how long? Who do we say this to? Who? So let us stop deceiving ourselves. Let us stop deceiving ourselves and tell ourselves the humble truth. Tell ourselves the humble truth, because that is the only way out. That's the only way out, though. Because these people, once they are out for you. And one thing about them is that if they want to strike, they will notify you very well. They will alert you, they will inform you and let you know that, look, this is what they're about doing. You don't know. You don't know. That is it, so. My dear viewers, we just need to start doing something about the issue of these Boko people at once. We just need to start doing something about them. We need to strike. We need to strike, because these people, they are not a respecter of anybody. They have no respect of anybody. Once they are out, they are out. Once they decide to do anything they want to do, they will do it. So we should not give them that space.